The American dream is currently sitting on your kitchen table, and it looks a lot like a suicide mission for your bank account. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday in 2026, and you're staring at a pre-approval letter for $480,000. Your parents have already sent the congratulations text with the little house emojis. But deep in your gut, this doesn't feel like winning. It feels like signing a waiver. We've been told for 80 years that buying a home is the ultimate financial milestone. But in 2026, that assumption has become the most expensive mistake you can make. When you actually do the math, you don't find an investment, you find a beautifully decorated trap. Let's look at where we actually are. The median home in America now costs $488,000. This is occurring while 80% of current homeowners are locked in with sub-4% rates, refusing to sell. This has created a supply desert that keeps prices artificially high, even as demand from real families collapses. We are currently living through the worst home price-to-income ratio in modern history. Historically, that ratio sat around 3. Today, it's 5. If you make the median income of $80,000, the average house now costs 5 full years of your entire pre-tax life. Every paycheck, every bonus, every grocery budget piled into one structure. The industry wants you to get in before you get priced out. But priced out of what? The emergency room? Let's run the numbers on a $400,000 house. Let's say you're in the top 5% of Americans with $80,000 in cash for a down payment. You finance $320,000 at 6.3%. Your monthly payment, including taxes, insurance, and those inevitable HOA fees, lands around $2,700. Here is the part the loan officer skipped. In the first month, out of the $2,000 you send for principal and interest, nearly $1,700 of it is pure interest. That's 85% of your payment evaporating into a bank's quarterly earnings call. In 2026, with the current amortization schedule, you are essentially paying a subscription fee to the bank for 20 years before you own enough of the house to even cover the cost of selling it. You'll pay the bank $713,000 for a $320,000 loan. You bought one house and paid for two. And that is the best-case scenario. That assumes nothing breaks. But houses have opinions, and in 2026, those opinions are expensive. Homeowners insurance has risen 46% since 2021. We are now seeing the climate insurance red line. It's not just Florida and California anymore. Iowa, Louisiana, and parts of Texas are seeing premiums double in a single year as insurers price in the risk of 2025's record-breaking storm seasons. Insurance now makes up 9% of the typical mortgage payment, the highest share on record. Then there is the maintenance. The old 1% rule is dead. In 2026, a standard roof replacement is hitting $20,000, and the specialized labor required for modern high-efficiency HVAC systems has created a service tax that most budgets can't handle. 42% of homeowners now say maintenance and hidden costs are their number one regret. It's a slow, grinding tax on your sanity. If you bought a condo, you are facing the January 2026 deadline. New laws regarding structural integrity reserves are no longer optional. In places like Aventura or Scottsdale, middle-class owners are receiving certified letters demanding special assessments of $50,000 to $100,000 due in 90 days. These buildings have become unsellable because no bank will mortgage a unit with an unfunded repair mandate. At Springfield Wealth, I spend my time looking at the delta, the gap between what people think is happening and what the data actually says. My name is Max, and what I'm seeing right now is a generation being gaslit into debt. The real estate industry spends $150 million a year in lobbying and PR to keep the word realtor synonymous with the American dream. They want you to believe that renting is throwing money away. But let's look at the math for 2026. In cities like Austin, Phoenix, or Seattle, the cost of mortgaging is now double the cost of renting a comparable home. In San Jose, owning costs 190% more than renting. On that $400,000 house, between interest, taxes, insurance, and maintenance, you are throwing away $34,000 a year. If you rented a comparable home for $2,000 a month, you'd only be throwing away $24,000. That's $10,000 extra in your pocket every year, plus the liquidity of your $80,000 down payment. If you took that $80,000 and invested it in a low-cost S&P 500 fund, adding the $800 you saved by renting, in 30 years, you'd be sitting on $1.2 million in today's money. The renter's advantage is at a 30-year high because the stock market doesn't require a new roof or a property tax reassessment. So does buying ever make sense? Yes, but only if you follow the Springfield Wealth rules for 2026. Rule 1. The price-to-rent ratio in your city must be under 15. If you're in a bubble city where it's over 30, you are mathematically better off renting. Rule 2. You must stay for at least 7 to 10 years. With 2026's stagnant price growth, a quick move will wipe out your savings in commissions. Rule 3. You must put 20% down without draining your emergency fund. Rule 4. Your total housing cost must stay under 28% of your gross income. And Rule 5. The AI mobility rule. In a 2026 job market driven by rapid AI shifts, your house should not be an anchor that prevents you from moving to a better job in another state. If you can't hit those 5 marks, you aren't ready to buy. You are ready to be financially fragile. Not being able to buy a house right now isn't a failure. In this market, it might be the luckiest thing that's happened to you. The people buying right now at record high prices and compounding insurance rates are the ones who will be trapped when the economy shifts. Renting isn't a trap. The trap is signing a 30-year commitment to a financial structure designed for an era when houses cost 3 times your income, not 6. If the math doesn't work, don't buy. It's not a moral failing. It's basic arithmetic. You are not behind in life. You are a rational actor in a broken market. Keep your $80,000. Keep your mobility. Your wealth isn't the wood and nails you sleep under. It's the optionality you have in your bank account. Run your own numbers, ignore the lobbyists, and remember that the only person in this transaction whose interests are truly aligned with you is you. If you're ready to stop following cultural scripts and start following the math, hit the subscribe button for more from Springfield Wealth. I'm Max, and I'll see you in the next one.